What's up, family? It's your boy Duran, aka DJ Diesel, aka DJ Diz. It don't matter what you call me as long as you call me. I decided to make this video real quick because I was getting a lot of inboxes questioning some things that I was talking about on the show, that I've been talking about on the show. And we're going to get to that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. But before we get into that, this is on YouTube, so like it, share it, subscribe to it, because I promise you I'm gonna upload some more content. I just got a lot of shit going on right now. But so let's get into it. Basically, a lot of you all are asking the same things as far as what I'm referring to when I talk about the mentality of men, and some of the things that we, as far as how we think, right? Okay, so men, the mentality of a man will fall into four basic categories. That's not to say that the categories can't overlap, but understand that one characteristic will overpower the other three if all four exist, right? So, start off, you have the player, the pimp, the gigolo, and what I call confused. So, what are these characteristics, right? So, what is the player? The player is someone who's laid back, makes you feel good about yourself, your disposition, your position, not only with him, but in life, what have you, this, that, and other. When he's with you, but when he's not, he's not. As far as the player is concerned, he doesn't concern himself with who else you might be dating. You know, did you go out with your girls? He doesn't care about all that. All he cares about is what you all have between you all when you all are together, right? Another characteristic of the player is that when the relationship or whatever the ship is that you all are in is over, he's not going to extend a lot of energy trying to stay in a situation that is basically done, right? So, it won't be a whole lot of chasing and all that stuff, right? Now, you move from that into what is a pimp's mentality. Pimp and player sometimes get confused because a lot of people think that a player and a pimp are one and the same, and they really are not, because their mindsets are different. Now, a pimp will display a lot of player characteristics, but what he does is he requires love, loyalty, and devotion to a degree that he may not be willing to give back to you. But that doesn't mean he doesn't expect it from you, right? So the main difference between a player and a pimp is that whereas a player will allow you to go on about your business while he just simply waits for the next relationship or whatever to come along, a pimp will pretty much, he'd rather just as soon die before he allows you to leave. Whether that be figuratively or literally, that's the mentality. And again, we're talking about mentalities. We're not talking about guys and their actual occupation, as far as, he doesn't have women on the stroll collecting money and all this, that we're talking about. His mentality is that of a pimp. So we go from there and we go into the gigolo's mentality. The gigolo's mentality is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, but it does not always have to do with monetary. A gigolo's mindset is, what are you willing to do for me with what you have? So it doesn't matter whether or not you make $50,000 a year or $500,000 a year. The mentality is the same. It's, what are you willing to do for me? What do you bring to the table, and what are you willing to do for me with what you bring? So if you want to look at it blatant or stripped down, it's kind of a user's mentality, but I mean, it's a mentality, okay? And you float from that into what I call a confused man. And what is a confused man? A confused man is someone who wants to be one of the other three but doesn't know how to play that game. And he doesn't know how to back away and say, yo, this is not for me. So he he's the one who's always having problem with relationships. Can't ever seem to get it right. He's always sleeping on the couch. He's floating from this relationship to this relationship to that relationship because he can't figure this shit out, right? So those are your four main characteristics. Now, a lot of guys will look at this and say, "Man, what are you doing, man? You talking, you telling stories, you know, the blah blah, you telling secrets." But here's the reality of it, right? I could tell every woman everything I know as a man, and if she really wants to deal with your dusty ass, she's gonna figure out every way under the sun why everything I've said does not apply to you, right? So it doesn't matter what you tell them. And ladies, you know, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Put it right there in the comment section below. Tell me I'm wrong, you know. But when you dealt with a guy, you know that you've maybe seen some signs, some warning signals, and been like, and then you've rationalized them away. So it doesn't matter. I'm just giving you, you all ask the questions, I'm giving you the answers. It is what it is, right? So I'm trying not to make this video too long because that's what the show is for. Now you say, what is the show? If you haven't been watching this show and you're a friend of mine, something's wrong with you, and I'm gonna ask you to get your life together. Every Thursday from 4 to 6 on WZONradio.com, I can be heard with my partners in crime, the Truth and Logic team, on the Rhythm Ride with Deron, David, and Michelle, and we do our thing. If you're not interested in the music part of it, because I do DJ and take you back on the music side, if you're not in, if you say, you know what, I want to support you, I don't really care about the music, I like to hear it sometime, but how else? Okay, well, we have a YouTube channel. It's True Logic. It's TRU, no E, Logic. You can pull that up, and be sure to look for us. And be sure to look for us because we have there's a clown dude that decided to follow us, and so he may come up. But look for myself, David, and Michelle. Look for three of us, not one dude trying to be a rapper. So that's the YouTube channel for the show that we use for the show, or we can be followed on Facebook. So if you're a Facebook friend of mine, we Facebook Live the show every week from 4 to 6 Central Time. That's 5 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time, right? And if you're a friend of mine on Facebook and you're not a follower of us on Facebook, go to Truth and Logic with Deron, David, and Michelle, like it and follow it. And then when the show comes up, you'll be made aware of it. Also, you'll be doing me a big favor, and I appreciate it. Right? So, until Thursday, it's your boy Deron, DJ Diesel, DJ Diz, whatever you want to call me. And I'm out. Keep the questions, comments coming. I appreciate all of it. Love you. I'm out of here.